Hey guys, how's it going? It's your girl, LadyDiscoSpider, and welcome to today's episode of Eat the Cake Anime. So, the anime we're going to be diving into today, please don't talk about me, please don't judge me. It's going to be Rise of the Shield Hero. I know, I'm super duper late to the party, but it's not my fault, okay? I actually have a really good explanation as to why I'm just now doing this, okay? Let's take a trip back a couple years ago, because I was there. I was there when everyone else was watching it, like years ago, and I liked it immediately, but that was my problem, right? That was the beginning of my downfall, okay? Because I loved it so much, I was watching it so much that my daughter, she had to have been like 3 at the time. She was just like, oh my God, Mom, what are you watching? DVD. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm watching Rise of the Shield Hero. It's this cute show about this guy. He's kind of like stuck in this world that's like a video game, but everybody hates him and he's still trying to save the world. It's pretty great. So my baby, she was definitely like a baby at the time. She was just like immediately like, ooh, I like the bird girl, of course. Y'all, why the episode we started watching this, or she started watching, was the dragon episode. If you know, you know. When I tell you my sweet princess was devastated, like hysterical, tears, the whole 9. I had to turn the show off and I hadn't watched it since. Until like maybe a couple of weeks ago, I was just like, man, I really like that show. I heard they had just came out with like a 3rd season or whatever. And I'm just like, man, I'm really behind. My daughter is older now and doesn't even really care when I watch stuff anymore. Like, I can give it another try. And I really wanted to do Eat the Cake anyway, so here we are. So like I was saying before, Rise of the Shield Hero is about this guy, Nafumi. He definitely gives off like introverted loner vibes in the beginning. He's like showing us through his day-to-day. He doesn't really hang out with too many people for real. And, he just be doing his thing. So he goes to the library one day and he's reading this book about these 4 cardinal heroes. And he's going through, and all of a sudden he gets to the part of the shield hero and it's blank. So then the book starts glowing and he gets sucked inside of the book, of course, because he's the shield hero and the show is about him. Well, so he gets to this magical land. And it definitely gives video game, like most definitely. But like these people, like they are real people. It's just like another universe or whatever. But so they don't only summon him, they summon 3 other heroes, of course, the 4 cardinal heroes. The hero of the spear, hero of the sword, hero of the bow, and hero of the shield. Now, me personally, I get it. If I'm playing a game and I had those options, I am more of a sword girl. If there's ever a game where I can choose my weapons and sword is one of the options, I'm definitely going for the sword. I'm not really like into defense, all like that. I get it, But that is no reason to mistreat somebody. Like y'all, when I tell you they do Nafumi so dirty, it starts off because they go to the castle, they meet the king. The king tells them about like these waves of like catastrophe that are coming to the land and they have to fight off the waves or it's going to be the end of the world for this universe. So immediately, the other 3 heroes are on some, what does that have to do with me? What do I get out of it nonsense? Well, Nafumi's just like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Let's get some more like information. Like if we can help these people, let's try to help these people the best way that we can. Which again, playing devil's advocate here, I get it. Being snatched away from your home and then all of a sudden we want you to risk your lives for this town and you don't know these people. I get it. But they're so rude. Like, I don't know how else to describe it other than they're just rude. Like, the way that they come off, the way that they talk to people, like, it's just not okay, period. But regardless of them being super duper rude and mean and selfish and careless, when it was time for people to like pick and choose like who they wanted to fight with, nobody got behind Nafumi. The most people got behind the spear. For some reason, they think that he's the best, even though the sword is right there. And then, you know, some other people got behind the sword and the bow, but nobody got behind the shield, like, at all. So Nafumi was kind of salty, naturally, because also with the weapons, like with their weapons, like, you're not allowed to use another weapon. So Nafumi can't do anything like offensive. He can only shield. He can't pick up a sword himself or like nothing, like he can only shield. So of course that's going to make it difficult to fight and difficult to level up because like, what is he supposed to do? Well, as he's like sulking and like feeling bad for himself, one of the girls that he was making goo-goo eyes at the ceremony was just like, oh my God, shield hero, I will be your person and I'll help you out during the trials, blah, 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 blah. And so they hit it off, you know, they're living their best lives. They go out to dinner and Shorty Doo-Wop already gives me bad vibes. I hate this girl so much. I don't even remember her name. I'm going to refer to her as Shorty Doo-Wop. Her name is probably down here somewhere. Shorty Doo-Wop. She is trying super duper hard to like get really close to the shield hero all of a sudden, and like it's giving fake. Like it's giving like you can't trust her. But Nafumi thought she was pretty, so his guard was down. Men. And so he goes to sleep or whatever because he's excited to get started for the next day. And then when he wakes up, all of his stuff is gone. He took her shopping and got her like some like weapons and like armor and stuff. All of that's gone. His armor and stuff is gone. Everything. Okay? And Shorty Doo-Wop is nowhere to be found. So the police are literally on their way to Nafumi's door. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I found y'all. Like, I've been robbed. Why are they trying to throw this man in jail for inappropriate actions, forceful inappropriate actions towards Shorty Doo-Wop? He had left her downstairs drinking while he went upstairs to go to sleep. Like, none of that ever happened. But Shorty was in front of the king doing all of this boohoo sob story, like he done did all of this stuff. And everybody immediately turns on him because they didn't really like him to begin with. So now he's upset. He's just like, forget it. I don't need y'all's help. I don't need nothing from y'all. So he has to still figure out like how he's going to level up and stuff because like when those waves come, like he don't want to die. So he comes across this slave trader and pause, rewind. He comes across the guy that sold him the armor and stuff to begin with. And he's immediately like trying to fight him. Like he's just like, how dare you do this to a poor young lady, da 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 da. But he looks into Nafumi's eyes. And Nafumi's just like, do what you gotta do, big dog. I ain't really even worried about it for real. And he was just like, you ain't do that, did you? So of course, we move along. He gives Nafumi some stuff, tells him to pay him back later. First kind thing that's happened to him, like since he's gotten to this crazy world, like it's ridiculous. So then he finds this slave trader. So then he finds this slave trader guy. And he is telling him like, you know, I know nobody wants to help you. You can't just do this on your own. Even though he was doing a pretty good job of like, there's like these animals, monsters. They look like little like bouncy balls. He's been doing a good job of killing them, but like he can only do so much with just his shield. So he runs into the slave trader guy and he finds a little raccoon girl. Her name is Ratalia. Now, I feel so bad for Ratalia. She has a really bad case of Stockholm. I don't care what nobody says. Her love story is not cute. Especially because, like, I don't know. I be wanting to root for Nafumi. But sometimes, like, the way that he comes across, like, the way that he says stuff and the way that he does stuff, it's just so rude. Like, he comes across, like, so messed up. Like, he was talking about how like the slave girl doesn't have any rights, like she's not even a real person. And I'm just like, dude, you were just treated as less than a person just because of the weapon that you have. Like, it's not her fault that I'm pretty sure she's half raccoon, which like I get raccoons are evil, trust me, but like I don't know, it just wasn't cool. And then, like, I mean, he did a good job of, like, taking care of her or whatever. But, like, I don't know. He really tried his hardest to make it seem like I just want to remind you I'm doing this for me. And like I said, I get it. I get the wall has been put up. I get the damage has been done. The seeds have been planted. Like, you can't trust anybody in this world. And honestly, like, I don't know. I do kind of feel bad for him. Because like you can tell like when he was doing like his little snippet of how like his normal life was like in the beginning, like he don't really get out a lot. So like I don't want to say this was like his first interaction with people, but like his first interaction with a large group of people was the worst interaction ever. Like I get it, but I don't know, he gives jerky vibes as well. But Raftalia, she's amazing. She's adorable. She's great. She levels up a whole bunch. They're fighting together. Life is good. He starts getting money. He's living his best life. Like, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. My dude is really killing the game. Like, just imagine how great things would have been if he would have actually been given a fair chance. Okay, y'all. Your girl was tripping just a little bit. So I watched a lot more of the show than what I actually wanted to put in this episode. And I ended up telling the story a little bit out of order. At first, I was just like, I don't want to go past the first wave, but the first wave is like the second or third episode. And then like a month goes past and then it's the second wave. But in my head, when I was retelling it, it was kind of just mushing the waves together because the first wave happened so quickly. Anyway, so I'm going to try to tell the story and use the footage that I have and kind of just like put it together so that it's actually told in order. Bear with me. It'll all make sense. Don't worry. We make it to the first wave. Everyone's back at the Capitol. And I don't remember what type of monster it was that fell, but it was a monster. And the first three were fighting that monster. Or fighting those monsters. I'm going to say it was like zombies or like skeletons that came from the sky. Something outrageous. Y'all just going to have to watch it for yourselves. But while everyone else was fighting somewhere else, Nafumi saw that there was this village that was getting attacked a lot worse than like the other villages. Like it was on fire. Like they were really in trouble. So Nafumi took the time to go and save the village. By himself, might I add. None of the other heroes were helping. It was just him, Raftalia, and they was kicking butt and taking names and saving everybody. Okay? Why they try to make it seem like that wasn't a big deal? Why they try to make it seem like the guards did something? I just feel so bad for Nafumi because it really like, it makes no sense. It makes none whatsoever why they do him the way that they do. So after the wave is over, Everybody gets their earnings. And the king makes me mad too. We realize that Shorty Doo-Wop is the king's daughter. And she's just been tripping this whole time because of some secret beef that the king got with the shield hero. Like, and mind you, he already like established he was gonna have this beef with the shield hero before we even realized who the shield hero was. Like, how messed up can you get? Like, I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to save your country that you're not even in charge of, by the way, right? So for us, king is a big deal, right? But for this town, the ladies are the ones that are in charge. So the king is kind of just low-key like a figurehead. We're trying to figure out where the queen is at and what she's doing because she's the one that's really in charge. I digress. Anyway, so they are acting like they don't want to pay the shield hero for his services for helping with the wave. I believe they end up doing it, but it's like this whole ordeal. He has to get into a whole argument with the king per usual. And it's just a hot mess. So then Nafumi is just like, well, we got to prepare for the second wave. Meanwhile, Shorty Doo-Wop and the spear hero, because that's who she ended up going with after she played Nafumi, like, they just keep popping up and like they just keep causing Nafumi issues for no reason whatsoever. Technically, pause, rewind, everybody is causing Nafumi issues and they don't even realize it. So the other heroes are going around and they're doing their thing because everybody has to level up in time for the next wave. So everybody's leveling up, everybody's doing their thing, but literally everything that the other heroes are doing is causing more trouble in the land. And then Nafumi comes around after and has to clean up everybody's mess. Isn't that some BS? And still, regardless, they're just like, Nafumi, the shield hero, blah, 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 blah. They even have like a church that's called the Three Heroes because they hate the shield hero. Like, they just pretend like he doesn't exist. Like, I understand why Nafumi is upset, but like, y'all have to watch it, like, for y'all to see like what I mean. Like, he's still a jerk. And being treated badly does not give you the excuse to treat other people badly. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Sue me. I don't care. But anyway, so back to what I was saying before. Everybody just keeps causing him issues. So they literally, there's like this one part where like they challenge him to a duel, because they're just like, oh, he took this poor little demi-human against her will, even though like Raphtalia is like, I love it here, this is my man. But like they do this, why can't I find my words? They do this duel and they cheat because Shorty Doo-Wop, she can do like magic, like wind magic and things like that. So literally Nafumi is beating up the shield hero, who he also has a name, but I don't like him either. So here's his name as well. He is getting beat up with just the shield. Like, Nafumi is really kicking his butt. And that's when Shorty decided that she was going to do some little wind magic, turn the tides over. And luckily, somebody in the crowd was just like, yeah, we peeped that. And he ended up getting Raphtalia back because like they really like took her for real, and it was terrible. We also meet Philo. That's the girl that Cassie was talking about that she liked the most. She is like really, really adorable. She is it's a bird that Philo is short for. Yeah, that. And she's super adorable. She's like bigger than all the rest of them though, so she can turn into a person too. She's this cute little girl that follows Nafumi around and Raptalia, and they're like this cute little family, and they just be killing people together, and it's great. They're saving the world one day at a time, and it's beautiful. And even then, there was a race, because again, the spear hero, like, I don't know what he does. Like, literally, the sword hero is doing his thing. He's the one that slayed the dragon, I think, or it was the bow. One of them, they're slaying dragons. The other one is like doing like revolutions and like freeing the people, like no more monarchies. Like, they're doing their own thing. I promise you, the spear hero just follows around the shield hero and makes him mad. Like, that's all he does. That's how he levels up. I don't understand what exactly he does with his time, because literally all I see him do is piss off Nafumi and me. But anyway, so there's this race as well where before we find out that Philo can turn into a little girl, he is riding her around, and they end up doing the race, and Shorty Doo-Wop is doing everything in her power to try to get Nafumi to lose. Like, she has like magicians that are putting holes in the ground and like doing all of the stuff, and Nafumi still wins, okay? Now, when Nafumi wins, then that's when she transforms into like a really big bird, Philo does, and everyone's just like, oh, you're cheating, and it's just like, we didn't even know she could do that. Like, clearly she leveled up from whooping your behind the way that she did. Like, they're just haters, and I don't understand it, guys. Like, I just don't understand. Like, find some business. Like, we're all trying to save the same country. Like, once we're done, everybody can go home, and y'all don't gotta deal with me no more. Like, just leave me alone. Let me level up. Y'all do y'all's thing. Like, I'm really not even trying to be bothered with y'all, but y'all just hate me so bad. Like, make that make sense. It's giving fangirl. Why? Like, why? So yeah. That's when we find out that the other heroes are like, oh, there's been a hero going around taking our bounties, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. And then they find out, like, no, y'all have been messing stuff up, and Nafumi has been having to clean it up. And I don't know, the sword, this is why I like the sword. He seems like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to reason. Like, yeah, based off of what I've been told, Nafumi sucks. But like, I'm looking and everything's not adding up. It's not enough for me to like want to do anything about it, but it's not adding up.
So thanks to the sword and the bow, they do stick up for Nafumi a little bit. That's how he ends up getting paid after the first wave. That's how they end up finding out that Shorty Doo-Wop cheated in the duel and all of this other stuff. There's a lot of people, actually, not just the sword and the bow, but like the townspeople are really starting to really like Nafumi. The guards that were from that town that he saved during the first wave, they want to follow him instead of him not having anybody that wants to back him up anymore. Now he's getting followers, and it's starting to look really good for Nafumi. But wait, there's more.
Now, I am going to wait. There's going to be a part 2, okay? I'm going to wait for now to talk about the second wave. But so far, what do you guys think? I am going to finish, well, I haven't finished watching it. I watched the second wave, but I'm gonna come back to you guys. That's why my facts are a little, I'm trying not to tell y'all too much so that y'all can still want to watch it. But yeah, comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Please go and watch it if you haven't already. I know it's super duper old, so you probably have, and you're just like, Kyrie, tell us, because it makes no sense for you not to. But No. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and ring that bell so that you can get notified for the next time that I do an Eat the Cake or any video for that matter. I really do love you guys. I hope you enjoyed my retelling of The Rising of the Shield Hero. Bye.
Okay, y'all, so last time I did a Eat the Cake, y'all said I told way too much of the plot line and it really gave no one a reason to watch it at all, even though it was literally my favorite show for a long period of time, and just me going on and on about it should have been enough for you guys to want to watch it, but I digress. So let me know what you think about the way that I did this Eat the Cake. I was a little bit more vague with exactly what happens. I still, kind of told you guys an overall like summary, but it wasn't so deep in detail. Comment below, let me know if you like this better or if you prefer when I really go into it, because like I said before, there's definitely going to be a part 2.